All right, y'all. So, I don't know where to start this video. Um, I don't think I've done one of these videos in a hot minute. Um, so, the past few days and weeks have been very crazy. Work has been overwhelming. I had Carter's dedication. I had Christmas. So, Carter's dedication, Christmas, Carter's birthday, which was yesterday. And me being who I am, I'm like extra, so I'm like, I gotta get the outfit, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta spend this amount of money, I gotta go do this, it was honestly like having everything back to back to back. For me, it was very overwhelming, and just in itself, right? But like yesterday for Carter's birthday, it was beautiful. I'm like, I can't believe like it's literally been a whole year already. Like, it felt like forever, but it also felt like it breezed by. I don't know if that makes any type of sense, but it does to me. Like, but yesterday, I had a few people, say happy birthday, Carter, but also be like, yo, like, you did that, like, you made it, like, you survived, you did this, you did that, like, yo, like, you are a great mom, like, you whatever, right? And honestly, like, I think I had a quick moment where, like, because it was so my day was so fast paced yesterday, but when I was on the phone with somebody, my best friend is oh god, she's one of a kind. It was so fast paced yesterday, but when I was on the phone with somebody, they were just pretty much like, yo, like, you survived. Like, the year started off rough for you, but you look at where you're at now, pretty much, right? And I'm just like, some people know, I don't want to cry during this video. Some people know, like, how hard it was for me during the top of the year. Yeah, I'm about to cry. Carter's a blessing. I prayed for a child. I prayed for a son, literally. Like, I always say, like, I prayed Carter into existence, like, for real. And I always say, like, this, like, Carter is like God's love shown to me in, like, human form, like something tangible, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Carter is God's love to me, like, how he, whatever, right? But this year, it was just a lot. And because I had Carter, everything was just fast paced, and it was just like, you just gotta get over it. You gotta get over it. You gotta, like, I gotta keep going. I gotta keep moving. I gotta keep going. I gotta keep moving. And in that's not healthy. But the top of the year, when Carter was born, it started off rough for me. Like, people who know, like, mentally, emotionally, physically, like, spiritually. Like, I mean, although Carter's a blessing, all of those areas were affected. Like, it literally took me, I don't know when I got back, like, to, like, a good mojo, like all right, I got my flow back, or like, I'm in a good flow. Cause I don't think I got my flow back because I'm in a different space, but I'm in a good space, right? Like, I think I've shared this, like, and I'm gonna be honest, like, there's a, like, when you give birth, they're like, you're gonna have baby blues. Some people get postpartum depression, and I was just like, at a space, I'm like, for me, I don't like labeling, like, I'm depressed. Like, I don't like it, but I was like in a space where, like, is this baby blues, Am I experiencing postpartum depression? You know, like in the beginning, I did not feel connected to Carter. Like, it was difficult. When I say, like, I felt like Carter gave me a run for my money, it was like, for me, this is how I feel. I feel like when I say Carter gave me a run for my money, it was also me not being confident in myself, because this is something new. Like, I've never mothered. I've never, like, I'm good with kids, but like I always stayed away from babies. So I'm like, I felt like I didn't have that motherly touch. You get what I'm saying? And I feel like, I don't know if Carter felt that, like, this lady don't know what she doing, so he's reacting to me. Like, I don't know what it was, right? But I struggled in the beginning. And then, like, how I started off, like people who know, like, I started off this journey co-parenting. Like, from straight out the gate, we was on some co-parenting, and that is a whole nother dynamic that was difficult for me. And that, like, on top of experiencing this new thing of motherhood, I also gotta do it co-parenting. And that wasn't the easiest. Not gonna get into details, not gonna share my perspective on it, because I feel like, I think everybody has their own story, their own version, their own perception, whatever it is, right? And I could share mine, but I'm also, at this point, I'm also very mindful of, like, not making it come off as if I'm, like, bashing someone or making them look a certain way, because like, right now I'm just not ready to, I'm just not. I don't want, all I could say in that degree is that it was difficult navigating a co-parenting relationship, and still to this day it's still difficult, and it still challenges, and it still makes things overwhelming at times, you know. And that's not to say that I'm perfect in any degree. No, I'm not. But it's just the overall co-parenting experience is difficult. This video is gonna be long, and I'm probably gonna have to split it up because I'm about to go eat with my best friend. So yeah, the year started off rough for me. Like, I did it, like, people always like, it gets better, it gets better, it gets better, like, trust, like you're gonna see it gets better. And I'm just like, I don't see it, I don't feel it. Like literally, like, Brett, like having to pump, that was, oh my god, like, it was just so, yeah, I don't understand. Yeah, I do understand if you have kids, but just the way that it did it, it felt like I had a great support system. Don't get it twisted, great support system, like people held me down for real. But those moments where it was just me and Carter, like, when people left, it was like I literally felt alone. And there was times that I did not know what I was doing. I'm like, what am I doing? Like, he's crying, what do I do? I like I knew people couldn't be with me 24/7, right? But it was just like undermining myself, just like not feeling equipped for it, not feeling, I would even say worthy of it. Like, literally, like I know I asked for this, but I'm nowhere near prepared, ready. Like, it was, I don't know. I don't want to make this video too long about that, but it just, like, the year started off rough. So I had that experience of becoming a mother, co-parenting. Now, in a new career. I resigned from school safety, right? After literally wanting this for years, wanting to resign for years. I mean, years. Graduated, right? So I graduated, was able to resign, able to start a new, I guess, career path. completely. I mean, I've been in like school safety for almost 10 years. So I'm used to this type of work. Now I get into like case planning and working with foster families and having to deal with a different, it's just different. Then I get into it, and there are some challenges in there with just like not feeling comfortable in like dealing with certain people and dealing with other people's temperaments and attitudes and personalities. It made me feel overwhelmed going into work. And it's not so much of the workload, yes, but it was also just dealing with people's personalities and temperaments and things of that nature. You know, I had like a lot of anxiety going into work. I was overwhelmed. Like it was just a lot, like feeling, and it made me second guess myself in that workplace, but not because I don't feel like I could do it, but just having to deal with other things, like other people. Having to try to repair, this is my therapy session to myself, having to try to repair a friendship that I knew was ending, and I knew possibly was done for. And this had been going on from the previous year, so it was just like it was a trial of this friendship for quite some time. Oh, there go my best friend. So I gotta pause this video. All right, so to pick up where I left off, I don't know how many days ago, but 2 days I think. Anyway, so I'm in a better mood, so I'm not as emotional as I was in that other video. The first part of the video, I was really emotional that day. But where I left off was, I think I was talking about having to like end a friendship, like officially end a friendship, like like I said before, like the we were going through like our friendship was going through something for like the last 2 years. And you know, there were moments where we weren't talking, there were moments where we would check in, there were moments where like we expressed that like we wanted to work on this, there were moments where we expressed we don't know if it could work, you know, all it was a whole lot of back and forth. And then this year, you know, we decided to go to therapy, like friendship therapy, which I've never done before in life. I've gone to therapy, I've gone to couples therapy, I've gone to like co-parenting therapy, I've done therapy, I'm like an advocate for therapy, but like we decided to go to friendship therapy. And you know, we both thought that the sessions would be longer, more. We literally had one session, and in that session it was just like, that's it, it's done. Like, she knew it was done, I think, on her end. I knew after that, like, I'm very hopeful, and I'm very like, okay, but I know I know we spoke about this, but I know that we could do it. Like, in that moment, I knew that in that moment that friendship was done. I knew that I had to exit as well. You know what I'm saying? For pretty much for like the whole entire back and forth of our friendship, it was her, rightfully so, being unsure of the friendship. And I say rightfully so because, you know, I take accountability, and I know that I wasn't the best friend that I could be in that, and I knew that I did wrong in certain areas, right? So that's why I say rightfully so. But it was just more like, I can't keep trying. Like, I know in certain ways I was wrong. I've tried to mend this. I've expressed myself like utterly. Like I mean, and we both did. Like this friendship ending hurt us both tremendously, and I know that. Like I know it's not just me. I know she was hurt as well. Um, but having to like officially like put the stamp on it, and like I said, I don't know what can happen years down the road, but I know like it was just like I had to put the stamp on it. Like, all right, Kelly fully understands that this friendship cannot work. I, and in that moment, it was just it can't work. It's not like it can't work in this moment. It's just like it can't work, right? That was my mindset. I had to go through that, and that I had to grieve that friendship. Like I've been grieving that friendship for like 2+ years, like literally, and I'm still grieving and mourning this freaking friendship. Like it hurt. Like I'm mad. I'm hurt. I'm I'm just I don't know. I'm not like as that. Um, so what I talked about? I talked about motherhood. I talked about like postpartum baby blues. I talked about co-parenting struggles. I talked about work. I talked about grieving a friendship. Um, I don't know what else pivotal. My spiritual walk. That's pivotal. My spiritual. I did talk about like my overall health, right? So I guess that kind of goes in there. But like my spiritual, I gotta talk about that because I feel like the moment that I started to check myself in that area, and the moment that I was like truly held accountable in that area, was when I started to feel better about a lot of things. Um, like I was completely like between COVID and life happening, like I allowed myself to drift away. Like I still believe in God. Don't get it twisted. Like I still believe in God. Um, I was still like going to church. I was still listening to worship songs, but there was just like you could do all of those things and still be far away, and that's kind of like what I was. It was just like my physical body made, but like my spirit was like it wasn't being. I wasn't allowing it to be submerged in it, right? It was just like, yeah, I'm hearing it, yeah, I'm doing it, but you could go through the motions, you know what I'm saying? And I'm still nowhere near where like I want to be. Like I have like I definitely got to get back on my grind when it comes to like my spiritual walk. Like, I really, really, really do. But I really realize like life without God and me actively, because God is always there. Like it's me. I drift away. I shut my hearing off. I shut my eyesight off. You know what I'm saying? It's me. God is always there. But like when I'm not literally connected to the source, I literally have no power. Like I don't have it. Like I don't. Like life does not make sense. I make a mess of my life when he's not connected, when he's not in it. Um, but I just started to feel better emotionally, physically, mentally. Not like I started to like forgive people. I started like that forgiveness work. I just I just literally felt better overall. Um, there's some other things, but I'm not gonna share. Um, so yeah, 2022 it had its challenges, but 2022 also was just like me coming up out of it. Like yo, I felt like I was kind of being buried. I felt heavy, but like going towards the end of 2022, like when I look back, it's like it's just so different. Like you look at the beginning of 22, look at the end of 2022, and I'm just like it just feels and looks so different. Um, and I'm hopeful. Like I'm truly hopeful for 2023. Like I feel like I know, like I've 2022 was probably the like the best time, and I don't know, it don't make sense. People like, you had a baby, how could it be the worst time of your life? But it's like not the worst, but it was like one of the most like stuck troubling time, like being in that like what I feel like postpartum depression, that baby blues. I oh forgiveness work, Kelly. Forgiveness work. In prime time, forgiveness work right there. Forgiveness work. I just got a text. Forgiveness work. I'm working on not getting annoyed. Um, but I'm hopeful for 2023 because I don't. I feel like I'm actively aware of the place that I was at and not wanting to get back to that place. Right? And I don't think I'll get back to that place because I'm no longer in like postpartum depression, but I do suffer with depression. I don't think it's major depression, but I do suffer with depression. I think we all do at some point in time in life. Um, but it's just like fighting for like, yo, like I'm like, God is too good to not put on like, yo, let's do this. Like, let's do this and be hopeful. Like, I'm hopeful. Like, I'm truly, truly hopeful for 2023. And it's just, I don't know how to explain it. I just feel, I know everybody likes to feel good about the upcoming year, right? Don't nobody go into a year really thinking like, oh, 2023 is going to be terrible. I don't know what to expect. Like, nah, like, I'm really hopeful. But I feel like it's going to be things that, like, I like it's gonna shock me in a good way, like the things that are gonna happen in my life and through me. Like it's not gonna be bad stuff, but it's gonna be like only God. That's what it is. It's gonna be only God, and it's gonna be like, God, you hear me, like you heard me, like you, my words did not fall on deaf ears. That's what it. That's it. That is it. It's gonna be. I said it. Like it's gonna be those prayers that whether I prayed one time or 100 times, God is gonna bring that into my. I hate the church. God is gonna bring it into my atmosphere. But it's gonna be like only God. Like it's gonna come. Like it's gonna be things that like I didn't even do this. Like how did it get? How did we get all the way to this result? Like how did I get into this room? I didn't even do this. Like how did I get into this school? Like I didn't even like I owe this. I had to do this, but I had to buy. Like all those steps got bypassed, and I skipped the line. Like that's what I feel for 2023. That's what I feel, y'all. That is my recap of 2022. There's a whole lot more, and I could be here forever. But that is my recap of 2022. That is my hope for 2023. Um, and I feel good. I'm hopeful. And I'm going to leave it at that.